talking about purpose. We're talking about our future. We're talking about speaking prophetically. Um, and so I'm gonna start. I'm gonna jump right into it. Are you all ready, y'all? Because the last couple of weeks, I mean, God has been sending a word, to send these nuggets so that we can. He doesn't only want us to live a spiritual life, but He wants us to be able to live in our secular worlds, in our secular life, and still be abundant and still be prosperous and still be living, child. He wants us to be living, child. Because sometimes it could be getting, I don't know if you've been going through different seasons, like different things that can just, like, you don't even know what to put like how to put words to it. Sometimes the season that you're in can be so frustrating that it leaves you almost feeling like you can't say anything. That's not the season I'm in right now. I think I came out of that season already, because child, that season of I think it was a season to learn to connect to God, really and truly. Like when you are in the thing, whatever it is that you're going through, I think the main thing of it all is learning to, or knowing that in spite of all of this, the Lord is with me. He will never leave me or forsake me. That all things will work together for my good. He has a prosperous and an abundant plan and future for my life. And just reminding myself of those things, even when the storms hit, even when people say some god awful things to you, when their attitude sucks. Like, you have to remind yourself of these things, because you can miss it. You can miss it because these things that are happening that are in front of you, if you focus on it, it will deter you from the thing that you need to be focusing on, which is Christ. And so knowing our future, our goals, is something that we have to place in the Lord's hands. Because I will be honest with you. I will be so honest with you. If you leave it to me, there would be so many different ideas that pop up in my mind, and I'm just like, oh, I'll go there. Oh, I'll go there. Oh, I'll do this. And normally I'm a very organized person, but I can create an organized mess with the different thoughts, because some of the things may tie into the next, but it isn't the thing that you need to be doing. It isn't the thing that you need to be doing even right now. And so learning and knowing what our purpose is, knowing our goal, knowing our vision. And that's why vision boards were created, so that we keep a perspective. We continue to focus on what it is that we're supposed to be doing. So purpose is our reason. I have it written in front of me here. Purpose is our reason, or is the reason for doing something. What is your reason for living? Some people live because they are living because they have kids and they want to fulfill certain things for their children before they pass away. Some people are living because they're honestly fulfilling assignments. If you've ever noticed, when people get to a point of retirement and they don't have a vision, a goal, a plan, anything that gives you purpose to wake up for every day, they start to fade away. You see them dwindle away. If someone's purpose is to take care of their family, take care of their spouse, that is their focus. That's where you would always see their attention. So purpose is the reason for doing something, the reason that you were created. So it shows our intention every day, our design, the goal, our objective. And our goal is our ambition, or the efforts that we use. The vision is the ability to think of a plan or future. The plan or the future. It's creativity or imagination. So we can create in an imagery of something that we want for our future. We can create in our minds. Even if you think of building a house, there is an image that you need, or that the contractors need to build the place. And so before construction is done, the architects need to create the image so that we know what we're working toward. They know what they're working toward, the contractors. And so we are our own contractors. And so we need to know the image that we're working toward. And so I'm going to speak about a few things specifically, but it is not, I'm not solely talking about just that. You can use this and apply it to different areas of your life. From in many different things that I teach or talk about, it is I'm just using examples, and then the examples are things that you can use in different areas of your life. But specifically, I'm going to be speaking about a vision for your marriage and your home. A vision for your marriage and home. For many of us that are single, and for me specifically, I hadn't had an image or a plan for marriage. I didn't have good feelings toward marriage, and I hadn't in the past seen good relationships. So my interest or desire for marriage was not there. So there was absolutely no thought of how a marriage should look. So I stayed away and refrained from wanting or being in a committed or long-term relationship for many, many years. And even after being in a committed relationship, that is where it ended. And don't judge me. Do not judge me. But that is how I felt. It was like, that's where it ends, because I've seen so much divorce. I've seen so many relationships that didn't work. And so the enemy created this wall that became so frustrating and so hard to let go of, because it had been there for so long. But the vision now is that I want a relationship where we're friends, where we communicate, where we talk about everything and anything, and things are not frustrating. Like these conversations are not frustrating. And even a vision for my relationships, my friendships with people, knowing where we're going. Do you jump in a car with someone and not know where you're going? I mean, you may do that with some people because you're just their rider, your close friend, but really and truly you want to know where you're going. So you jump into a marriage, you're going into a relationship with a friend. You want to know where that relationship is going. Is it short term or long term? Are we going to be living here or there? Are we going to be doing this or that? Like, you need to know what the plan is. Now, although we make plans, we still need to commit them to God. We need to commit them to Christ, but we need to have a plan. It may not work out exactly the way we want it to, but there need to be a plan. There has to be a plan. What is the plan for your life before even being in a relationship? And so one of those things that I'm glad that this weight was important, so that I can know my purpose and know my vision. What is the purpose for me? My purpose is to live out God's word. My purpose is to fulfill his assignment. And so I had to first know what is the assignment. Every day when I wake up, what am I supposed to be doing? When I wake up, I need to be worshiping. When I wake up, I need to be connecting so that I can be able to pour into you every day. So I can be able to pour into creating these videos. So I can be able to pour into everything and anything that is a part of my assignment. And so that's a part of my purpose. And then the goal is to complete the tasks daily. My goal is to complete each task daily. So if you've noticed, if you're following me on social media, Instagram or Facebook, and even TikTok, there are specific days that I post on each platform. And so how does all of this work? It's creating a system. It's knowing what it is It's the purpose. The purpose is knowing what it is that you're supposed to be doing. The goal is getting there and knowing the vision. And so I know that I need to be creating whatever amount of videos. And I'm going to say, for example, 5 videos a week. And so these 5 videos need to go on these different platforms, and the day that they need to be scheduled out. And so every day they have to be done. Another vision or goal that someone may have is a vision for their home. They want a home that is peaceful. How do you create a peaceful home? Ensure that you're not the one that is creating an environment that is not peaceful, people. And that's something that I had to learn. I wanted peace, but I wasn't given peace. I was bringing frustration. I was bringing anger. I was bringing all the heat. But to have an atmosphere that is peaceful, you need to know what everybody think is, what people think peace is. The people that live with you, how are they going to live a peaceful life? And so ensuring that whatever it is, the goal, the thing that you desire, you need to know how you're going to fulfill that thing. In your marriage, how are you going to keep peace in your marriage? What is the goal for that marriage? If you don't even know what the goal is, if you don't know what your assignment is, even if you go back to the word says that we are helpmates. As women, we are helpmates. As males, you are lead, you are head, you are the covering over your home. So if you absolutely do not know your specific assignment, maybe you may not even be married yet as a male or a female, but as a male, you may not be married as yet. What is it that you're doing every day? There has to be a job. There has to be a career, something that you're working toward. Toward being in a marriage, toward having a home, toward having a family. So the steps, and you need to be creating those steps toward that thing. The purpose or the desire is to have a marriage, is to have children. So then you need to be working toward those things. A part of working toward those things may be completing university, completing certain certificates. So those things help you so that you can financially be able to sustain your family. As a wife, what is it that you may need to be doing? I know for me, I don't like to cook, but I'm finna do some cooking classes if it's cool. If I find one. But I'm not solely interested, but that is something that I would do. I would be okay with doing it, and it depends on who I'm doing it with. But yeah. What is my assignment? What is the thing for my goal for marriage? Me, I just want peace, child. I just want peace. I just want a home that is loving, somewhere where I know that I am comfortable, and it is a God-fearing home. The lead over my house is praying and interceding on my behalf, is covering me, is seriously covering me in prayer, because he is covering our kids in prayer. And so these kind of things are not bad things to desire. Outside of being a Christian or talking about spiritual things, what other desires that you have for your home? Maybe you want a home where the family congregates, like your extended family, they come over for dinners and stuff. So you need to know how you're going to create a home that has the capacity for that. Are you going to create a space that is comfortable and conducive for how much ever family members to come over? Do you want a home, or you want to create a space where children can come, like to be at the hangout spot? Like my house, when I was growing up, my home was one of the hangout spots. All the kids came there to hang out, my brother's friends and my friends. Like my mom's house was, my mom did not run kids from her house. Like that was the spot. Like some of those kids still call my mom mommy up to today. So what is the goal and desire that you have for your home? What is the goal and desire that you have or you want for your life? What do you see? In Ezekiel 37:3, God speaks to the prophet, and he says, man of God or son of God, do you think these bones can live? Even in the most dreariest situation, and I mean dry bones, you're talking about no, like there is no muscle, no tendon, no fiber, no organs, nothing is on these bones. But he's asking Ezekiel to look around at this whole space with a bunch of dry bones. Do you think that these bones will live? Do you think that the thing that you want, the desire that you have, will come to pass? Even when there is not a spouse in sight, even when there's no finances to buy a home, even when everything that you desire, there is no, like you could absolutely see no way that it can be done. So do you think those dry bones can live? It can. And so you would need to speak into your life, into your future, into your finances, your resources, the way that you spend your money. You need to speak into those things. And so a few videos, I did a video about declarations and affirmations. Declare over your life. Speak prophetically into your life, into your future, into your marriage, into your children, into your resources, finances, all of that. That's a lot. I said it all quickly. I'm sorry. But when I get excited and I get passionate, it all comes out real fast. But um, you want to be speaking into your life. You want to first know your purpose, know the goal, know your vision for your life, for your marriage, for your kids. What school are they going to go to? Are they going to go to private schools, public schools? Are you going to send them off to school? Like you need a plan. You need to know the goal. You need to know, okay, if my kids are going to go to university, do I have money to send them to university? So you need to start putting money aside from their little savings so that when it's time for university, funds are there. Listen, when my daughter was young, I had the mind, but I was not disciplined. Anytime things would come up, the money that I had put aside for university, I would always be dipping into it. Listen, it is okay when you have a plan, you have a purpose, you have these things, but first we have to commit them to God. Jeremiah 29:11 says that I know the plans that I have for you, saith the Lord. A plan or a future that is prosperous, that is abundant, and a future that is hopeful. Um, he doesn't expect us to have a dreary life. He doesn't expect us to have a stressful life, but he does expect us to lay our burdens at his cross, and then he will take care of those things. And so, um, can these bones live? Yes, they can live, but you need to speak into it. Yes, your life can be better. Yes, your marriage will be better. Yes, your children will be great. Yes, your finances will be better. Yes, you will purchase your home. Yes, your spouse will come. Yes, your spouse will be loving and will be exactly what God has planned for you. I know sometimes we have our own plans, and especially when it comes to all the different things. Our homes, our marriage, the actual spouse, how they look, how they act. But the thing is, the Lord knows our future. He knows exactly what we need, what we're going to need. The person that I was going to marry in my younger years before I got to the point of not wanting to be married, I don't know where I would have been at this point. Um, but I really thank God that I didn't get married because, yeah. Listen, God has a plan that is prosperous, that is great for both you and I expect to see you on the other side. I expect to see you at the end of that goal. So I'm going to end the video with that. Peace out, y'all.
Hey y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Connect with us on social media. We are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and please do remember We are on podcasts. You can find us on Apple or Google as one of the major podcast outlets. But I will see you in the next video. Peace out, y'all.